We're going to talk tonight about pain and inflammation. During the month of October, it's Chiropractic Health Month, so kind of looking at chiropractic. Dr. Tripp will talk a lot about that in a little bit. And this month we're looking at inflammation, so kind of pain and inflammation tonight, a little more of a broader approach that way. Just as a reminder, natural health here, we've been working now for going on 40 years. I graduated in October of 81, so it's been 40 years this month. And hard to believe, time flies when you're having fun. So I've been doing the chiropractic and nutrition the whole time. I've seen a lot of things come and go. So this COVID thing's definitely an interesting chapter in our history. So I think we're handling it pretty well. We don't have any problems with it because we're working on the immune system and we're working on getting the body well, so we don't have extra inflammation, we don't have extra pain. I mean, everybody will have pain based on what you do. If you bash your head into the ceiling or something, or whatever you're doing, or working too hard, those kind of things will cause pain. But there's ways of helping to get rid of that. We're going to talk about some general things tonight, and then to note too that we have our nutrition response testing technique that I use here to find out what the causes of a person's pain are. Now again, if you've bashed your knee into the desk or table or something, you know what that cause is. But many people have degenerative disease conditions that cause chronic inflammation and chronic pain and have no idea where it comes from. And so we have a way of figuring that out. So rather than using opioids, for instance, that cause all kind of other problems, and the addictions and the problems that go along with that, we want to find what the underlying cause is, not cover it up. So we're not covering up symptoms, we're working on the reason why they're there. These symptoms of pain and inflammation are kind of like the red lights on the dashboard of your car, blinking, something's going on in there. Now again, if you know you bashed your knee into the desk, and you know that, but again, many of these other things aren't. Like for instance, high blood pressure can be inflammation of the cardiovascular system, and if you don't find out what the cause is, you just keep using blood pressure medication to force the number down, well, you'll end up with a large heart, which is a major side effect of high blood pressure medication used over time. So anyway, it's just an example of the things that unfortunately modern medicine has gotten itself into by working on a drugs and surgery only treatment. But we want to do have a different way of thinking, a different paradigm of health here at Natural Health, looking at what are the underlying causes of the pain and inflammation. So we're going through a few things here. Inflammation fighting foods. So this is some general things. Fermented foods are a great way, like sauerkraut, a lot of good nutrition in there. So a lot of people have chronic pain and inflammation because they just can't heal themselves. They don't have the nutrition, the basic building blocks to repair the damage they've done to themselves, either through injury over time, excess work over time, stress, emotions, even infectious agents, environmental chemicals, all kind of things that irritate the body in certain areas, and the body just can't get over it because it doesn't have the building blocks to do that. So it stays chronically inflamed. So then you want to use good nutrition, good foods to help give the body the building blocks it needs to repair. So of course broccoli, a lot of vitamin C, calcium in there. And just to point out too, vitamin C in broccoli is the vitamin C complex, which is a complete vitamin C molecule, as compared to what the FDA allows people to call ascorbic acid, is just one part of the molecule of vitamin C. So it's kind of confusing. The done on purpose is to confuse everybody, and the FDA is not our friend, as you can tell with the current events going on now. A lot of craziness there. So anyway, hemp oil, the omega-3 fatty acids, working with endocannabinoid system, which they didn't even know about until like about 3, 4, 5 years ago. So hemp oil, that's what it does. It works on a special system the body has in there to help with inflammation. It can help to control how it's elicited in the body and getting to underlying causes again. So hemp oil is good. So many people are using the CBD oil, which is kind of a part of that. But they've unfortunately taken that and processed it to the point you don't really know what you're getting. It's such unstandardized. If you buy it here, there, and everywhere, everybody's brother's selling it, go to the gas station to buy it. I mean, what is that stuff really? So we have a product called hemp oil that Center Process puts out that is a standardized product that actually works the way it's supposed to. So real good there. Wild caught salmon. Again, the omega-3 fatty acids in there. And the thing with omega-3s, I mean, we hear about that as anti-inflammatory oils. Now, the problem is that there are omega-6s and omega-3s. They have to be in balance. So you can overdo the omega-3s too, not in foods though. If you eat just the foods, you'll get a balance. But the problem becomes if you try to off-balance things. And if you go to the store and just buy omega-3 fatty acids all by themselves, well, again, you're not getting a balance. You're trying to force somebody to do a certain thing, which may be helpful for the short term, but then in the long term, you'll have other problems because you're off-balancing. But a lot of the synthetic vitamins, the trouble that they cause. The idea on paper sounds good, but in reality, it's not working the way it's meant to work. Tart cherries, 10 times better than aspirin. Again, that works fine if you get along with that. I don't like them, so I don't use that. But again, we don't have much chronic pain, chronic inflammation. Soaked walnuts. Walnuts are always good for all kinds of things. A lot of good minerals and things in walnuts, especially good brain food. It even kind of looks like your brain. So it's interesting how nature has things out there like kidney beans that work for kidney support. That's pretty interesting that that's how that works. Anyway, good stuff there. I want to point out too, I've had a couple people talk about aspirin today, and they're using that as a way of thinning the blood. Now, with the clot shot jab business going on, I'm hate to step in that. But anyway, the aspirin is used as a way of thinning the blood. But nobody asks, well, why is it, how does it work? It is taken, which is something that people really should get into, is questioning their doctors, questioning what these treatments are, because many of them, they're making them up. They don't really know what they do. I mean, they know what they do, they don't know how they work, and they just do it because it works. Begin by thinning the blood, but it works by destroying the red blood cells. And that's what it does. It actually destroys blood cells, that thins the blood, but it's a terrible way of doing it, where most people just need to be hydrated. And just getting water and salt helps to hydrate the body, and really helps a lot with that thinning of the blood. Onion and garlic, I mean, a lot of sulfur in those, which your liver uses for phase 2 liver detox. So lots of good stuff there. Again, all your good vegetables are going to be just good for the body in general. You can't go wrong with them. You're getting it in a food source. The less you can cook them, the better. But it just, you got to do what you got to do. Spinach, of course, the carotenoids in there. Now, we always have to be kind of careful with spinach and kale and some of these things where some people don't digest them very well. They work better cooked for some people. But again, mankind's been eating raw spinach forever and ever, and some people go all on and on about how this is bad, that's bad, the little chemical thing. Well, if you take it out of there, give it to people. If you take it out of food context, give it to people, it can cause trouble. But usually in a food, it doesn't. But spinach has always been good. Just ask Papa, he'll tell you how good spinach is for your body. But again, helping with the body inflammation, many times just because of the minerals and things in there. Ginger and turmeric. Turmeric is a very popular thing right now, and it's been popular forever and ever. So ginger, real good herbal things to help the body. This has a little discussion with ginger, turmeric, kind of have nutritional things with them. A lot of the herbals, especially if you get in any kind of refined thing, they have the phytochemicals in there that help to drive the body, but you still have to have the underlying food source to actually get a result or a long-lasting result. So using a lot of herbs sometimes is like whipping a tired horse. You just can't make the horse go any farther. It just can't. So you got to be careful when you just use herbals by themselves. You got to have the food sources in there to help with that. And then this versus processed foods, which depletes health over time. That's what we're talking about. Is processed foods have when they process them, normally it's to keep them, those foods, they have a longer shelf life, or to enhance the flavors with more processed salt or whatever else. They're using a lot of processed foods. And yeah, they taste good, but they don't have the minerals in there because they're processed out. That's why they work on the shelf. They last on the shelf a long time. So these processed foods don't have anything in there. So when you're eating, good foods, but you're eating processed foods with it, the body will use the nutrition in the good foods to use the processed foods for energy, because most processed foods have a lot of carbs in there. Like any kind of cereal, for example. Most of your cereals are just processed carbs. They're all grains. How do you fatten up hogs and cattle? You feed them grain. I mean, it's a really simple thing, and these processed foods are just awful. Especially to have that in the morning, first thing, was going to make your insulin bounce all over creation. Especially if you get the kids. It's like, come on, man. It just doesn't make any sense to feed somebody like Frosted Flakes, for breakfast. I mean, that's the worst thing you could do. Almost as bad as oatmeal, but not quite. So anyway, that gives you some good tips on how to fight inflammation. Again, we have our free health consultations that, if you're interested in what we do at Natural Health, a lot of people don't really realize there is alternative health paradigms out there, rather than just the mainstream medical with drugs and surgery. And I realize that insurance pays for that, but so what? It doesn't do you any good if you're sick and can't do anything and they pay for it, so what? Let's get healthy. You don't have to spend all that money on your health. It doesn't take that much to really be healthy. You just have to have the right habits and use the right health paradigm to be healthy and not chasing symptoms. We get people coming in here that are on 5, 10, 12, 15 medications. The record is 30. That person didn't last very long, but 30 prescribed medications. We're seeing with this COVID mess to start questioning mainstream medicine, to start questioning, don't just take the word of the white coat, what's going on in the body. Just because you're taking medication to control the symptoms doesn't mean you're healthy. So for instance, if your blood pressure is under control, with the underlying cause. Real important to get involved with that. So I think that's enough for me tonight. Hopefully Dr. Chip's about ready to come in here. He's working on the equipment. And so, so that's good. So again, don't forget to check our website out. We have a lot of videos on there about what we do here at Natural Health with the nutrition response testing, the zone technique, and different other things. And always give us a call when we have the free consultations available. Love to help people out there. Just want to get people to be well and healthy so we can live through all this COVID junk and all the stuff going on with the mandates and stuff like that. So we're here to help. Have a good rest of the day and a good week, and we'll see you next week. Here's Dr. Chip.
All right, how we doing, guys? So Dr. Chip here, again, Natural Health, and we're going to keep our talk going with pain and inflammation. So again, what is inflammation? I pulled up the definition here. It's a localized physical condition in which part of the body becomes reddened, swollen, hot, and painful, especially as a reaction to injury or infection. And so again, just being aware of what inflammation is can help us to say, oh, that could be something that could be able to be helped or fixed, or you would say just get better in a certain way. And so again, inflammation, again, has a lot of different, you would say, associations with it. You kind of hear the word out all around there too. But let's kind of break it down a little bit. Again, let's break down one word here, arthritis. And again, there's always two sides of a coin here. And so again, there's one side saying that arthritis is just, it's what we get when we get older, it's how life works for us, and so on and so forth. That's one side of the coin. Another side of the coin is that we're able to do something about it. Arthritis is just a condition of the body when it becomes unbalanced in a certain way. So let's go ahead, we'll kind of break down arthritis. So again, arthritis, a lot of times people say that, oh, I just got arthritis, or I'm getting the arthritis, or somebody told me that I have arthritis. Well, guess what? So if we break it down a little bit, arthro means joint, and itis means inflammation. And so if someone tells you that you have arthritis, what they're saying in Latin is you have joint inflammation. So what do we do about that to help the body heal from that inflammation? Now again, the inflammation, the body is not, you'd say not dumb or not intelligent. It's very intelligent. It's very smart. It knows what to do if given the right opportunity and the right parameters to help it to heal itself. So again, inflammation is not a thing where it's the body having a breakdown or it's something that's bad. Inflammation is actually helping us to say, hey, there's something going on, there's something in the body that needs a little help, and the inflammation is there to support that until we can get back into good balance overall, help the body to regenerate enough energy to where it can actually heal, and then the body can actually, you would say, have the right orders or get the right messages to perform its healing. So where does inflammation come from, or what happens to the body to cause inflammation? So you could say is that it comes from stress. Now again, stress is not a bad thing. Again, we need stress in order to do things. You could say a lifter or a person in the weight room, stress is the weight itself that helps build the tissue. But again, if the body is unbalanced in a certain way, then that stress can be maladaptive or can cause further issues to where now our bodies are not able to adapt to that stress. So again, there's three areas here. Again, there's traumas, there's toxins, and there's thoughts. Now traumas, again, that can be anything from falls, or it could be different motions that we do throughout the day. It could be just that we're not getting enough rest if we're doing too much movement, or that we're not actually getting enough movement. Now again, we'll kind of talk about these things too. Now like Dr. Mark explained there, nutrition, if we're not eating good foods, if we're not helping our bodies to clean itself from within there, then we're not giving our bodies the right, you would say, nutrients or the right necessary things in order for our bodies to do what it needs to help rebuild that tissue. And then thought, again, of course, you would say is that nobody likes to be told bad things all the time. Again, throughout the day when we're absorbing information, when we're watching different channels, news, social media, anything like that, if you say that you are going to watch negative stuff throughout the whole day, throughout the whole week, you know that you would feel a certain way, and even it could be a little painful in certain things. So again, just being aware of that can help a lot. So again, let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about this. And so again, healing comes back to a balanced brain and body. Now when our body is balanced, or our brain is balanced in a certain way, the body is now able to self-heal and self-rejuvenate or regenerate. And when that, or regulate, sorry. But all those terms are valid there. And so again, a balanced brain and body can do that. Now inflammation, again, helps us to see that something is unbalanced. But of course, when we balance it out, we're able to heal. And again, like we said there too, with the three different areas there, traumas, toxins, and thoughts, if we're not, you'd say, breaking those laws, then we're giving our bodies enough, you'd say, potential to heal. So again, one way to do that, of course, Dr. Mark explained there with nutrition response testing. It's a good technique for helping nutrition to help build the body, or help to the body to regulate itself, to heal, to be able to heal. Chiropractic is another way of helping the body to do that too. And so that's kind of more working with the structural components, and again, helping the body to be balanced in a way to promote good, healthy blood flow, good nerve supply to other areas of the body. And so those joints that have, you would say, inflammation, they're able to get that necessary energy or life force or blood or nerve flow to where it can actually heal efficiently. So that's what chiropractic here, especially just different techniques that we do here. The zone technique is another technique that helps balance out the brain and body. But chiropractic in general helps to influence the brain via the spine by adjusting and realigning the spine, helping proper nerve flow, and helping the brain to communicate with the body in a good, healthy way. So that is why it can be helpful, can be beneficial for anybody that's dealing with any sort of inflammation in the body. And so what can you do specifically to help with that? Again, of course, coming into the office here, we can help with that, with nutrition response testing, chiropractic, all that. Again, those are good ways to help know what's going on and to help balance out the body. But this is something that everybody can do in general. Then these are good things for everybody to do. So again, it's just good for promoting good health. So again, we go back to that trauma. Now trauma can be seen in different ways there. But if we're getting good movement and getting good rest, then we can alleviate that trauma on the body. So if we're, again, if you were saying working or exercising too much and we're not allowing sufficient rest, then again, that could be an issue there too. But however, too, is that if we're resting too much, if we're not moving our bodies, then we're not getting proper nerve and blood flow, we're not getting good lymphatic drainage, all that. That can also be stress related towards trauma there. Food and drink, Dr. Mark explained a little bit already about different things there too. But if we're not eating good foods, if we're eating processed foods, at least, again, a majority of our food becoming good, you would say being more whole foods found in nature, and then drinking good things. Again, water is what makes up a lot of our bodies anyway, so we should be implementing that more into our drinking habits, sort of say. Now again, it's okay to have different drinks here and there. It's okay to have a little bit of fun here and there too. But again, just going back to the foundation there helps our bodies to cleanse and clean, and actually helps us to heal efficiently. And then I put awareness of thoughts. And again, it's not always, you would say, something to be having positive thoughts all the time, especially a lot of things going on today. It should be good to be aware of what's going on. That's a good step in the right direction there. Not forcing positivity, but just being more aware of it, seeing what's going on there. It could be a lot of different things. You can do this a lot of different ways. You can be, sit still for a little bit. Some people practice meditation. Some people write journals. Anything like that can help you be aware of your thought processes and what happens throughout the day and how you actually interpret what's going on in your environment. So again, just some different things here to help support you in your healing journey. So that wraps it up for us tonight. You can always follow us on our social media platforms. See if I get these all. Facebook, Instagram, Parler, YouTube, Brighteon, BitChute, and Rumble. I knew it. Okay. Thanks, Dr. Mark. And then of course you can follow Dr. Mark Holschel here at Gab. Again, subscribing to our email list, you can kind of stay informed with a lot of different things there too. Our website is naturalhealthquincy.com. Again, we're always trying to help you have more information out there too. There's always plenty of things to see here at naturalhealthquincy.com, and you can see kind of what we do in the office and how we promote health in our office here. Again, the location is 2000 Jefferson Street in Quincy, Illinois. The number is 217-228-2040. So if you would like to make an appointment, even just as a consultation, or seeing what we do, or if you're interested in nutrition response testing, chiropractic, whatnot, just call in and we'll get you ready there. So again, thank you so much for watching tonight. Again, we love talking about all this stuff. We want you to know more information because there is a lot of information out there, but a lot of times is that if you're not able to have good or the correct information